Afternoon, Codge Biker here. And I don't know if you can hear, probably not, but I have a new Endcan. First day out of riding with it, to say, quite enjoying it. Here's how he installed it. Wasn't a big job, and that's because the manufacturer has thought of most things, which is good, because they don't always, do they? So that's how this went. Bonjour and aujourd'hui, Codge Biker here. And what's in that box? What you got? Ernie, do you think I could open that or not? What's in it? Catnip? You gonna let me open it? Tell you what, I'll give you some biscuits if you'll come off it. Yes. You know it makes sense. Whoa, look at that. Pipewerx. Yep, carbon heat shield. That's good. Presumably a bracket for the exhaust. So here's all the parts assembled. A bracket from the exhaust mount to the foot pegs, no doubt. End can, link pipe, and heat shield, which is carbon fibre. Now I was a little bit concerned there's no bracket with this and no bolt, but apparently I contacted Pipewerx, who are fantastic at getting back. They get back straight away. Support is amazing. Use the OEM bolt on the bike, so hopefully when we get round to doing it next week, this should be straightforward. Tools and equipment I'm going to use to install this thing. Now there are instructions which are quite clear, and I have read them. This is going to be a professional installation until Dr. J gets here anyway. So I've got some furniture polish. We'll find out what that's for later. Some Loctite, probably not needed. Some silicone special transparent sealant, which is recommended worth by Pipewerx themselves, so I followed that. I have a 10, a 12 and a 13 socket, 12mm spanner, 5mm Allen key, T-bar, then the exhaust itself has a strap, a link pipe, hanging bracket, carbon fibre, heat shield, and the end can. I did take out the baffle or DB killer, whatever you want to call it, yesterday, but I put it back in. I'm really not after more volume, I'm after more tone. So I'm hoping that it's that difficult to find quality of tone, that hard to get. Dr. J, not being a musician, doesn't understand the difference between volume and tone. I've tried to explain it to him. It's not about volume, it's about getting that kind of tone that comes through when you're riding the bike. I don't like it too loud, but I like it to be nice. I think so far the bikes I've had, the 690 Enduro R was the best, and that was not a loud bike the way I got it set up. It had two baffles in it, but it just had a wonderful tone. I did like that. Oh, I miss old Wolfgang. Oh well. Okay, let's get on with it. Just waiting for Dr. J to turn up and cause chaos. So everything's ready. One, Dr. J's not ready, but I've got to get started because the weather's going to change. And secondly, I need a cup of tea before I do anything. Right, so now we can start. Stab this though first. Here's hoping. Oh, it came undone. So we reuse this. Whoa. So that fell off. So we're going to reuse that to put the as I understand it, let's put the carbon one on. Right. I'm not absolutely certain this needs to come off, but I'm going to take it off anyway. so I can see what's going on. Okay, right. There's access to the two clamps. Look at that, some clamp that is. Double bolt. And there's the stop for the centre stand, so we hope the new one lines up. I've got a feeling there'll be a gasket in there, which I may or may not have to get out. We'll see. It's 12 mil on the back. I'm presuming we reuse all this, and note that the bracket is behind the foot peg. Okay, it's coming off. It's coming off. Gently does it. So let's come off. There is a gasket in there, so we've now got to compare the size of the link pipe to this one and see if that needs that gasket. So here's this clamp. Yeah, it fits without a gasket. You wouldn't get a gasket in there, so it should be okay. Right, so if I turn that around, you can see good old Pipewerx. The welded bracket does the job for the stop on the centre stand. Now this bike is fitted with a centre stand from stock, so you've got to have a stop for the centre stand, and that looks like it's going to work just fine. So here we go, Worth Silicon Special 180 transparent, as recommended by Pipewerx. They sell it with the exhaust. If you buy it with the exhaust, you get it cheaper. Stupidly, I didn't buy it with the exhaust, but anyway, quite sure it works. I mean, it would be silly not to just give the bike a quick blip just without the Endcan on, wouldn't it? I mean, you got to, really, don't you think? That's loud. I think I'll just leave it like that. Perfect. Sealant on. Should pretty much be right if that stops in the right place, but not tightening it yet. You can see that's a 10 mil on that. And also hopefully with the sealant in there, so I'm not tightening any more than that for now. What it says is to spray the inside of this band with furniture polish so that it can slide as you tighten it up. So I shall do that. And presumably you've got to wipe it off before you start the exhaust, so I've got to remember to do that. Right, so offer up this would appear to be correct. Get a bit of furniture polish on there. Oh, so he's going to go to the back. This is the bracket for it. I'm presuming it goes like that, or even like that. And then I'll clean all this off when I've done. But it seems relatively straightforward so far. Okay, so that band will deform when it's tightened up. It's all loose, that's loose, that's loose. Everything's loose at the moment. But I just want to have a look at it. Yeah, I like that. So that will go on there. That's quite good. Okay, so I've tightened that up. Not fully, but just enough to start getting some silicone out of it. The centre stand's okay. Just tighten this up a little bit. No silicone coming out yet, so a bit more. So it's roughly in position. I've got to clean off that furniture polish. Now, there wasn't a washer with that nylock, and I personally would just prefer to put a washer on it, I think. probably 2 washers, one on each side of that. There are washers on here, but yeah, it's just me being finicky. I think I just had a washer there and a washer there. See, this plate doesn't need a washer on this one, but I'm just going to put one on that because it's quite thin. I don't want it pulling through the band. I'm sure it wouldn't, but just in case, little washer. There we go. Right, just let all this jiggle till it finds its right place. Everything's in the right place. Right. Look, he's turned up when it's done. It's not finished.
I think you've actually put it on right. I'm surprised.
I mean, you're surprised. That's nice, isn't it? I've done hundreds of these. Well, several.
I think it's brilliant.
What I did like is using that silicone sealant. It is good. I think that'll be, if we ever do another one, there's loads left, look.
Yeah.
Or if we ever have to do yours, remind me to put that somewhere safe. Before it starts, it needs a cleaner. The only thing I need to check, because I put a washer in, is it reaching those the nylon on it?
It feels like it is.
Thread. I can't go any much tighter than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're on the nylon.
Right,
will the battery crank it over? Yeah, but I don't know if I've got the clamp quite in the right place. Just see if there's another half a turn. Oh, there is. It's not that tight. I've got some spare ones of these to break it. I bought for the. Actually, that's not tight at all, is it?
No, it's not tight at all.
I mean, I'm only
remember, it's got to cramp the.
And I'm only using the T-bar.
Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah, it's got to crimp it.
Yeah.
Down.
Without that, it won't seal.
Okay, put the carbon heat shield on, and we've got a balance of those weights. So that's what that weighs, and I can weigh this separately, which is a link pipe. So the link pipe weighs 390 grams. So using maths, which is the correct shortened form of the word mathematics, not math, maths, I've got 3252 grams, so 3¼ kilograms. Ounces, kilograms, 5.080. So that is at least 1.5 kilograms heavier than the other one. I haven't had the other bits yet.
Yeah.
So you hold that for the camera. It's about 5.08 when it doesn't move. So quite heavy. It's heavier than I thought. I was expecting that to be. You do get a little bit of overrun, just a little bit. On the engine braking. Sounds good. I don't know if you can hear, I did measure it and it's the same decibels at tick over as the stock exhaust. However, if you notice the frequency, it's half, so an octave lower. And you really do notice it, it's just a nice tone. It's not overly loud, but it does sound sweet. Very pleased with that. I'm in a restricted speed area at the moment, so I can't really do too much, and it's a nature area, so don't want to rev it too much, but I don't know if that lovely rumble is coming through. It's just a nice rumble for a big twin, how it should be. So to say Pipewerx, that's a good can for this, and I've got the DB killer in as well. So if you want more volume, you can take that out, but I'm quite happy with it in. So on that note, Codge Biker is out.
go.
Actually crank it over.